everyone. How are you? I am bringing you a general reading for the collective all signs for the full moon in Leo. I do have this time stamped in case you want to skip the astrology. You can jump straight to the oracle. That's fine. But there's so much going on right now in the cosmos, and there's no way that it can't be impacting you. So I sort of always like to beseech you to stay for come for the tarot, stay for the astrology. So here's what we've got going on. I just did the Mars and Venus conjunction reading. That is already up on the channel. If you missed it, it was very powerful. Mars and Venus will actually be exactly conjunct, meaning at 10:25 a.m. on the 16th, they will both be at the same degree. They've been in conjunction close to the degrees that would qualify for that astrology for a couple days. So beginning around the 11th, 12th, 13th, better at the 14th. He was in shouting distance to her. On the 16th at 10:25 a.m. he's on her. Okay. For lack of a better way of saying it, he's on her. Okay, so we get it. We know. What does that mean? Well, that is basically saying we're going to get as integrated as we can possibly get. Mars, Venus. Mars, action. Venus, allowing, right? Mars, masculine. Venus, feminine. And he's on her. So depending on where you are on your journey and how much work you've been doing on integrating and balancing the divine masculine and feminine within, you should feel some measure of integration, or at least coming much closer and understanding these dynamics within yourself better and how they play off the energies with your divine counterpart, even at 5D. So that's all part of it. The as above, so below of it all is what I'm really getting at. Okay, right after that conjunction, we have the full moon, 11:56 a.m. I'm just looking at my cheat sheet so I don't say the wrong time. 11:56 a.m. Eastern time, which means 8:56 on the West Coast in the morning, and then later in the day across the pond and around the globe. Check your local listings. Now remember, with a full moon, the moon, our unconscious energy, is opposite, always opposite the sun. Sun is still in Aquarius. So we have the Leo Aquarian polarity working here. And Leo is all about stepping into the spotlight and shining the bright light, right? Fueled by the sun. So the dynamic of Aquarius, though, is, what about humanity? What about your service, right? It's all about you. So I love that this full moon is about how do we integrate our desire to shine with our objective to serve. I know, it's huge. So I love that. I feel like it's a great full moon. It might be bumpy for some of us, depending on what it's hitting in your chart. So what you want to do is look at your natal chart and find where Leo is on the outer ring, right? We have 12 houses. Everyone's got 12 houses, and each house has a sign, an astrological sign. Not all houses have a planet in them. You'll want to find where Leo is, and that's the house that may be most impacted by this full moon. And that would be a good place to go, for example, to figure out, what do I need to release, right? For me, it's hitting my first house. Oh boy, let me tell you, and in a big way, and it's right on my North Node. So that is about my dharma, the work I'm here to do and the way I'm here to serve. And so I got to bring some humility into things, and I've got to let go of some of my ego-based needs, right? Leo rising, Leo North Node in the first house, opposite Aquarius. I'm here to serve. So I got to be moving some stuff out of the way. Don't forget to include gratitude in your full moon ritual. Start with that. That's always a good place to start. And then end with forgiveness and releasing, and light that up and burn it and send it off to the universe as an offering. Okay, that's my ritual. I share it with you. You do what you feel most comfortable doing. Okay, so now that we know we're integrating Mars and Venus, masculine, feminine, very strong opportunities for reconnection, for romance, for sexy time and all that stuff with a Leo full moon and Mars on Venus. So don't be surprised if things kind of get a little shook. I did pull Oracle. This is what I've decided to do was I pulled from Moonology, and I'm going to hold this off to the side because this I intentionally got out of the deck. This just was random. What's rising up in us was my intention for the first card. Your commitment is being tested. Your commitment to your dream actually is being tested. Okay. The main message of this full moon is have faith in your dreams. Right? If your commitment's being tested to some degree, sometimes you just got to turn it over, right? And surrender with this full moon in Leo and say, yeah, my commitment's being tested, but I'm just going to have faith in my dreams and understand my worthiness of receiving them. Does that make sense? Good. And then the last card is the potential outcome blocker challenge. Your dreams need a practical plan. Full moon in Taurus. Your dreams need a practical plan. So if your commitment is being tested and if the way through making it through that challenge is to have faith, then the last part is, but you need a plan, a practical plan. Because when manifesting or calling in a dream or a wish or whatever you do at the new moon, you've got to meet it in the middle with some action to make it happen. So for those of you who are journalers, who keep a journal or a diary or whatever, if you track the moons at all like I do, you can go two places. One is go back to the new moon in Aquarius that we just had last month. New moon in Aquarius, and see what you set, what intentions you set, what you wrote down, what you were trying to call in. And you'll get some clues there that might help you in terms of creating a practical plan about it. Or you can go all the way back to the new moon in Leo, which this full moon is the culmination of that 6-month lunar cycle. So you can go back to the summer where we had the new moon in Leo and see what it was you were setting intentions, wishes, or dreams around, and then you can retrace your steps from the past 6 months and see where you've been tested and see where you need to bring more faith to it. And then this is your challenge, is bringing a practical plan, creating a practical plan. So I went into the deck and I pulled the full moon in Leo card out of the deck, and it says, don't let pride get in your way. I love this. So it's basically saying, if you're feeling tested, don't get your back up about it. Don't let your pride get in the way and throw you off course. Recommit, have faith in your dreams, and then create a practical plan. Stay grounded. Don't get all up, in your full Leonian pride here. So really interesting oracle. I love that it seemed like the message, there was a thread that sort of pulled through. And this speaks to all of us, really, because the full moon in Leo is touching each of our charts somewhere. Find out where it is, and then examine where pride might be getting in the way. I know. It's so good. Okay, let's go on to tarot. We're going to look at our connections. I'm going back to an old spread. Not sure why. I just feel called to it. We'll see what happens. I'm feeling a little shook, guys. It's been a bumpy ride for me the past few days. But all this knowledge helps me to kind of navigate it, right? I think it's a lot harder when something feels bumpy and you don't know why. So I love the astrology part because it's like, oh, I get it. Now that makes sense. And it sort of takes the edge off, if you know what I mean. Okay, here we go. This is not sign specific. This is your person showing up in the King of Pentacles. Let me pull their cards first. Yes. Past, present, future. Wow. I know, already. Here you are, Ace of Pentacles, meet the King of Pentacles. I like it. New beginnings, something solid and dependable. Past, present. Wow, guys, future. Okay, underneath we have the Two of Cups. How lovely. I just love that this is underneath. So sort of the overall energy of the reading behind the scenes. It's all about the partnership. So some of you may feel the need to flip the energies around. That's okay. That's okay. But for now, I'm going to say this is them. This is you. Just reverse it if you need to reverse it. What we've got here is a King of Pentacles. So this is someone showing up in the reading, focused on their own stability, sure, groundedness. This is a masculine archetype of a life partner. This person could be someone you're committed to, or that's committed to you, or they could be committed elsewhere. That's also a possibility. But this person's pretty much doing well for themselves, right? They, everything's firing on all cylinders in 3D for them. This is someone who's a little bit evolved, maybe, well into their job or career path, and feeling like, they're on terra firma. So we've got King of Pentacles, can be Earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I'll just add that. In the past, there's something there, a lot of confusion, maybe some emotional overwhelm, possibly some older emotions that just never got settled. So there's some baggage hanging out here in the Seven of Cups, and their present energy right now, Five of Swords. So I almost feel as if this person tends to sabotage themselves because they get like emotionally overwhelmed. They don't really know how to manage or navigate their own emotions. And that Five of Swords, now, could be someone else is sabotaging them. I'll find that out in the clarifiers. But it does connote some degree of the Five of Swords being, right, there's a deck stacked against them somewhere. And either they're doing it to themselves or someone else is doing it to them. And here, going forward, the Moon. So this person is maybe flying blind a little bit, and that's kind of got them triggered. There's some old water under the bridge here that hasn't been dealt with or isn't easy to process, and they keep getting thrown off track, or, intentionally, or they just keep setting themselves up. And what comes out of that is a whole lot of fear, right? Insecurity is being triggered, and we see someone who is conceptualizing themselves as a King of Pentacles. This is how they are showing up in the reading. So this Moon energy does not do them any service. We'll see if they get to overcome it later on when I clarify it. You're showing up here all like in ready for new beginnings, ready for some, maybe even an offer coming in, or making an offer, but there feels to me like there's really new, and I love even that we've got the full moon in the background. I kind of just feel like everything's kind of very stable and settled, and you're ready for new beginnings. I'm just going to leave it at that. In the past, Page of Cups, some measure of apology and or sincerity possibly offered by this person, or maybe you've been waiting on it. And I'm saying that for a reason, because we have the World in the present energy, endings and new beginnings. So if you did not get the sincerity, or if you did not receive this message that allowed you to feel some measure of sincerity coming from this person, love, apology, whatever, I almost feel like you're closing out a cycle. And you're moving towards something new. And I'm saying that because in the future, Seven of Wands. And this is kind of coming through as your inner constitution, right? Standing up for yourself or asserting yourself in some way and saying, you know what? No, I'm ready for something new. I'm ready to close out a cycle. So for you, this full moon is really powerful. Especially opposing the energy of Aquarius. It's like, yes, I give to the world, Aquarius and Capricorn, as above, so below in this card as well. I give, and I give of myself, and now I need the attention. I want to shine for my moment. This is me taking my moment. So yeah, the Seven of Wands can be resistance and defensiveness, but it's not coming through that way. It's coming through as self-assertion. It's coming through as saying, wait a minute, I'm ready to step in and get what I believe I'm due. So I do like that energy. I love the Two Pentacle energy because this feels very 3D here. And you're ready to step in a new direction, and this person is sort of seated in some fear that may be holding them back. Yeah. So this is the divine masculine. Wow. 3 of Wands. What's underneath there? And look at that. Look at where the moon is. This person is calling you in, calling in the past life soulmate. Feel like you're not together in 3D right now, which is obviously very common and the reason why many of you are here. This person feels very sure of themselves. At least that's how they're showing up in the reading. The moon tells me otherwise. But I feel like they're really calling in the past life soulmate, the warmth and the comfort and the nostalgia of this connection. Let's look at the 7 of Cups. In the past, yeah, they've been seated in a lot of confusion emotionally about the connection. I don't think they have a lot of answers. I think they're still, I mean, I know this is in the past, but I feel like it continues to unfold in the present and the future. 5 of Swords. This is really weird. Let me look at the moon first for the future. This person has a truth to tell and they're afraid to tell it. Ooh. Justice and the King of Pentacles again. I think this person is afraid of being judged. I'm saying the word of your judgment, but that's really what happens with justice, right? Justice makes the determination and holds those that deserve to be accountable. So there's a judgment being proclaimed. You get where I'm going. And I feel this person has a truth to tell, but they're afraid to tell it. And it has to do with some form of sabotage, something that may have happened between you that was dirty pool, right? Either this person dealt you a dirty hand or somehow a dirty hand was dealt. This is not great energy. And there they are, King of Wands, right? They're kind of looking right at the 5 of Swords, saying, yeah, I know what that was all about. I know what that was all about. And it didn't defeat me. King of Wands, not easily defeated. But then we get the 7 of Pentacles, almost as if this person's been biding their time. And there's the truth bomb, just lying in wait. That Ace of Swords, that's just lying in wait. And it's underneath because it's almost as if this person is not presently dealing with it. They've kind of put it on ice. They've put the whole situation on ice. And that's why in the future, there's some fear around the fact that they are feeling a sense of urgency to come and clear the air. But maybe uncertain if they will be judged. This is also, the Justice card can also be bring truth that, bring the kind of truth that creates a sense of balance and levels the playing field, because that 5 of Swords is not level playing field. And this person knows that, and there they are underneath King of Pentacles. So I am feeling for some of you, if you are dealing with someone, or if you were dealing with someone that you haven't dealt with in a while, 7 of Pentacles, and something happened, especially if this person is committed elsewhere, like if they're in a marriage or a long-term connection elsewhere, their truth may be that they're not anymore. Right? Justice can be separation, divorce. And I'm only saying that because the King of Pentacles is out twice. And we have this energy of something that wasn't on the level, that wasn't fair. And there's a truth that needs to be told. I do feel that this 2 of Cups is the 2 of you. So it's really looking interesting to me. I feel like you waited for that message. I feel like you waited for something for this person to say, yeah, I didn't mean that, or this went down in a way and I feel, I'm sorry about it and regretful about it, or at least I'm sincerely expressing my apology for what happened. Whether they take ownership of it or not, wasn't even your concern. You just wanted the message. I don't think you got it. And so on some level, I kind of feel like you're picking up your wands and saying, all right, well, I know what I deserve, so I'm going to move on. Endings and new beginnings. Let's look at the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah. You are offloading something big time here, stepping in a new direction. I feel though, here it is. I feel that with the Ace of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands, you've kind of got to offload something from the past, something that's been weighing you down, something that's been a burden or stressful or a real struggle. And to allow this Ace of Pentacles to come in. And I do feel like you're doing that. You're taking this sort of leap almost into the unknown. Like, who am I if I don't keep moving through the mud of what happened in the past? Who am I? Almost. So you kind of got to just leap into the unknown. And underneath is the Nine of Wands, which is almost like your exhaustion with the whole thing. You're not really giving up. I like that. That's underneath. There's still some grit there, but you're sort of releasing whatever it is that continues to hold you back and down. Super perfect, especially with the full being Aquarius, and we are, in Aquarius sun right now, so that makes sense to me. Let's look at the Page of Cups from the past. Yeah, you're healing from that. A message that never was. Maybe you have healed. I'm going to say it that way because I'm seeing the Ten of Wands. Like, that's what you're offloading, is that was then, this is now. I haven't let go of my feelings for this person. I think you would entertain a new beginning with them, but you know that you have to offload something that didn't come to fruition in the past. Go back to the new moon in Leo and see maybe that'll give you a clue. Yeah, present energy. Wow. Oh my goodness. Yeah. You really want, so let me just give you these two cards. The World and the Ace of Wands. On fuego. New beginnings, closing out an old cycle. I'm ready to leap into the future. I'm unburdening myself, Ten of Wands, but I haven't given up on the passion. In the middle of them, Hanged Man. Not so fast. Hanged Man, pull back. Look at the bigger picture. Make sure you've examined everything from all angles, says the Hanged Man. It is about surrender. Full moon surrendering, and then this Ace of Wands being handed to you saying, now go. So I am liking that. What I'm concerned about is this Queen of Wands underneath. Almost as if you're not sure of your personal power and your ability to kind of move forward with enthusiasm and take the opportunities that are being literally handed to you. Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Wands. So use the Hanged Man energy to get some insight around that and to wait for some enlightenment. Maybe you'll get some downloads with this full moon. Seven of Wands. Magician. Yeah, you need that inner solar plexus. The fire in the belly is what you need to help you manifest. Wow, big changes. Look at this. Major, major, major. So the future holds something really powerful for you. And you're at the helm. You're the creator of your new beginning here, whatever that looks like. We've got the Magician on that Seven of Wands. If you step into your power, if you assert yourself, you can manifest this sort of energy of total transformation. Something, some part of you or some part of the energy between the two of you that you are going to leave behind, standing firm to who you are at your core, what your beliefs are, especially around the topic of commitment. Ace of Pentacles and the Hierophant. Hierophant does speak to conventional committed relationships. What are your beliefs around that? What needs to transform? Maybe you're having some shifting beliefs around it. Yeah, you got to stand up and assert yourself. And what needs to die off? Is there something that maybe what needs to die off is you playing second fiddle, or you not feeling worthy and or deserving? See where I'm going? You are definitely balancing here the inner feminine energy with the inner masculine energy. Just feel like that Queen of Wands is a hint about how you work with your own personal magic and empowerment. Really interesting. Okay, so let me tell you who showed up. We have Emperor is Aries. King of Wands can be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. The Moon is Pisces. The Justice card is Libra. We have a double hit of the King of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Over here, Aquarius in the Fool. The World is Aquarius and Capricorn. Hanged Man, more Pisces. Queen of Wands. Now we have the King and Queen in the same part of the reading, by the way. Interesting. Passion, attraction, chemistry. That's Aries, Leo, Sag. The Magician is Mercury, right? Virgo and Gemini. The Hierophant is Taurus, and the Death card is Scorpio. What I'm going to do in the extended, if you recall my old spread, for those of you who are old timers with me, what is this person trying to say to you? What do they want to communicate? What are you trying to say to them? What are the messages you're trying to send to each other at 5D? Okay? Then we're going to see what is the message from Spirit, the blocks or challenges between you, the potential outcome. We'll also look at hidden energies, and we will, I think that's it. The hidden energies, the message from Spirit, the strengths, the challenges, the blocks, and the outcome. That's what I meant to say. And your messages to each other. So we'll look at all of that, and there will be some additional oracle to close out that reading, and it's good for all signs. So please join me. The link's below. I'll see you there. Otherwise, full moon blessings to you, right? Manage your pride, but focus on having faith in your dreams and creating a practical plan for them to manifest. Much love always. Bye for now.